Good morning. My name is Eric Normand, and I run a company called PF.tv, and this is my vlog where I talk about my thoughts and what I'm working on at the moment and the struggles I'm going through. On the radar, something that's been on my radar for a long time has been it's been on like my mental backlog for a long time. It's that I don't like my theme. It's been okay, except it's a WordPress theme, and it's just been kind of holding me back. So there's been a lot of changes I wanted to make, but then to like a page here or a page there, but then I don't make the change because I feel like it's not worth it. I should just change the theme and then make the change, and those kinds of decisions never work out well. You should just change it and change it twice. It's better to change it now and then change it again than to wait on changing it. So I've been thinking about how to change the theme for a long time, and this morning I just did it, and there's a bunch of stuff broken in it now. Broken in a UI kind of way, and this is too small, or the margins don't look right, the font's weird. So that's what I'm working on right now. My daughter is home, and my wife is at work because it is spring break for my daughter. And so that's going to be a challenge, is how to continue doing this. And I am also mentally preparing myself to stay up late working on this, because I really want to get this done. And very often the way things like this get done, at least in my experience with my own self, is once you get some momentum, you just don't stop, and you finish it up at 3 a.m, because you were able to get some good momentum, keep it all in your head, just keep churning at it. It's not the kind of thing that you can go through and make a to-do list, because by the time you get to those items on the to-do list, you have other items on your to-do list that are more urgent. So you just need to make time and trudge through it and get to a point where you can finally sleep. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Is a lot of it, I think, is going to be simply preparing myself, meaning working on it as much as I can, and then my daughter's still asleep, so as soon as she wakes up, I'm just going to be playing with her, spending time with her, trying to get a nap in, so that I can stay up later and be productive later. It sucks, but I've also had the experience where I work on something like this all day, and I feel like I'm not as productive as if I do it at night. I don't know why. Maybe because at night it's extra, so I feel like this was extra time that I spent doing something, and I got something done. Whereas during the day, there's other stuff that I need to be doing, right? Anyway, this is part of another goal, which is to reduce the amount of code that I actually maintain, and the way I will be, a lot of that is just looking for plugins and themes that already do what I want, and so I don't have to have my own custom code. And I would rather have something that I consider imperfect but good enough. Of course, that's still subjective, but as opposed to the other option, what the other option seems to be, when you fantasize about it, is perfect because I made it exactly the way I want it to be. But what it turns out to be in reality is also imperfect and a little bit broken, and you're always thinking about it because you don't have the time to sit down and fix the problem, right? So it's not like, oh, if I control it, I can make it perfect and just the way I want. It's if I control it, I don't have the time to make it the way I want, and it's still not perfect, and it's often like weird in those ways where you don't ever get around to fixing that CSS problem where it wraps funny, and so it's so much better to use other people's code, leveraging the fact that they are selling this theme to thousands of people, maybe hundreds of people, and so when they fix a bug, they're motivated by the thousands of people paying them, and that makes it worthwhile to everybody. Whereas if you have your own one bespoke site, is it really worth the 4 hours it takes to fix that one bug? Probably not. Not if you value your time. So that's the nice thing about the economies of scale that we have with open source software, where people are collaborating on something. Even if you have to pay for it, you still are coming out ahead. Right, so it's been a while since I've posted one of these vlogs. So I don't really know what was the last thing I was talking about. I had a meeting with someone last week, in fact. All right, so my daughter's awake now, so I gotta run. But I had a meeting with someone to see about using LearnDash, and the conclusion was that it's probably not going to be right for me. So even though I would love to get rid of that code, I'm now going to have to figure out a way to make it much less time to maintain. It's not that it's so much. I don't spend that much time on it, but like I was talking about before, it's not great. But he was talking about how it's difficult to sell individual products and have a membership system with it, and that I would be spending just as much time on the integration side as I would on as I am now on the theme stuff. So I need to get working on that right now, because people are seeing the old or the new theme with all the stuff that has broken now because of conflicting CSS and stuff. All right, so I hope to see you later. And my name is Eric Norman. This has been my vlog, and yeah, happy trucking.